Yo, what up, everybody? I hope all is well. This is Chris from That Square Sports Podcast, and today we are talking about the Cincinnati Bengals and their not their mock draft, their actual draft, and they have done. Must I say this? The Bengals, obviously, with the whole T. Higgins situation, I really think they have done an exceptional job in this draft. This is the first draft where I really want to say, you know what? Cincinnati might have a good sense of direction when it comes to this. And the reason why I bring that up is because a lot of people had Amarius Mims going further in the later and further deeper in the first round, probably possibly early second, right? That's the late he was falling back. But the way they took him, and you got to think about this. They signed Trent Brown in the offseason, obviously from the Patriots. But check this out. The cool thing about Amarius Mims is that he's going to be on the other side, of course, but this guy can seal it. Just seal the take the edge out of the game, and he's really good at this. And I think a lot of people kind of don't give him credit for it. Obviously, he played at Georgia, so obviously it's a different style of football. I get that part, but there's so many versatile guards that was in this draft. They could go from guard to playing tackle to playing center. They literally were just true offensive linemen. Joe Alt, obviously, freakish height, good feet. You know what I mean? And kind of Amarius Mims just falls through the cracks. But this was a need, and I was scared because I honestly thought, because they've done this before, the Bengals, they've drafted people like Jamar Chase, who has panned out to be great, but also they didn't get protection for Joe Burrow, where they kind of affects your receivers who they can't get the ball in their hands. They said, you know what, in this draft, we're going to draft the offensive tackle, Amarius Mims. Now Joe Burrow will not get hurt. Hopefully, knock on wood for Bengal fans. I don't want to see that. But I know that Joe Burrow has been running for his life since he's got to Cincinnati. And the fact that he even got to a Super Bowl with that terrible offensive line, and they're kind of slowly rebuilding as they go, as you can see. And it's finally getting better for them, and it's working out. So I really like this first pick. And then this is what makes me even happy about them is the second pick. Chris Jenkins, obviously, Chris Jenkins is the son of the other Chris Jenkins who played for the Carolina Panthers for so many years in the NFL. At the second round, at pick 49, I like him because obviously DJ Reader departed from the team. So they really got to take care of that nose tackle, defensive tackle position. And I like Chris Jenkins right there. Then on top of that, of course, whatever they decide to do with T. Higgins, they went on ahead and got Jeremiah Burton out of Alabama, who is an exceptional speed kind of guy, gadget guy. He could kind of be your next Tyler Boyd. He's a possession receiver. He can get open. If you need him to break out and break those freakish plays, he can also do that too. But I like him there as well. Kind of a safety pick for whatever they do with T. Higgins. It depends on that. And he could be a part of the 3 wide receiver, the trio, or he could be, a part of the quadruple, if that's how you would say it. This is the 4 wide receiver set if you wanted him to be like that. Now, McKinley Jackson, another great defensive lineman out of the University of Texas A&M, nose tackle more so primarily. He's just a big boy that stops the run, can disrupt the pass. So pairing him up with Chris Jenkins, that's even better right there. I love the fact that they got these two guys right there. Obviously, Reader was a great tackle, interior, defensive player, but replacing him is going to be hard. So, obviously they had to do what they had to do, double dip there. But a lot of people had them projected to get, even I projected this, I predicted the Bengals getting Brock Bowers at 18. This is funny to me. I actually like Eric All, tight end out of Iowa, who was at Minnesota, went to Iowa for a year, going to Joe Burrow's offense. And the reason why, especially if you guys are big into fantasy football or FanDuel or whatever, Eric All is an all-around good tight end. The problem with Eric All is the fact that he went to Minnesota, which is trash on offense, and Iowa, which is horrendous on offense. So it kind of showed, and it's crazy too because Iowa usually is known for putting out great tight ends. That's the funny part thing about it. But Eric All is a great open field, like just runner with the ball. Like he knows how to make the second and third move just and get open when he gets his hands on it. So I really like him going there. All right, obviously they get some defensive back help. Tanner McLaughlin. So they double dip at tight end. So this is something I just saw too as well. I really like this pick too as well. He's another Tim McLaughlin's one of those other tight ends, just like Eric All. He's just the white version of it. If you guys want to be funny about it, he can play ball too. A little bit taller, obviously too. He's got the Gronk size, 6'6", 6'7" type. Um, he can also move as well. Good blocker. Both of them are pretty good blockers. They get their hands on you. They can pretty much lock you up. They probably could pancake you, but pancakes are easily counted in the NFL because usually it's always after the play, right? But Cedric Johnson at edge rusher, defensive back Dijon Anthony, and then of course center Matt Lee. I understand that the second day was pretty much just depth picks on top of that, but I want to go back to one more pick, which is Josh Newton. I think this guy's going to be a breakout corner in the NFL. Possibly maybe a solid 2 right now. But in the future, I could see him being a solid corner. Just the job that he did at TCU. Last year, I'm not going to say it was bad. It wasn't horrible, but it was a manageable season for him to get drafted where he got drafted at. But I think the year before that is really what kind of got him in the league, that tape there, that whole TCU championship run that they tried to have. That kind of is where he kind of got his claim to fame for me. That's what I saw. Should have came out last year, but hey, it is what it is. He's still going to the league. But with that being said, definitely a B is not what I'm going to give the Bengals. I'm definitely going to give the Bengals an A for this draft because they took care of the offensive tackle. So they're going to finally protect Joe Burrow. They grabbed their receivers. They fixed their defensive line by getting 2 young guys. They grabbed 2 tight ends that can catch and block. I really think this Bengals offense is going to be very fun to watch, man. This is going to be some fun stuff to watch. That being said, you let me know what you guys think. Peace.